Hello and welcome to another episode of Chasing 48. I am Zach Harley. I appreciate you being here. This is a Ghost Runner Media production. And episode 4. I didn't expect to have this much to talk about in the 3rd/4th week of the season. But here we are. If you listen to the first 3, I was looking forward, or if you listen to the last one, I was looking forward to that Bieber-Giolito matchup we had on Tuesday. That was everything you could have hoped for and more. But wow, man, oh man, Monday through Friday or through Sunday, it was an eventful week of baseball for the Cleveland Indians. Oh boy, I appreciate you being here. Got a lot to get to, got a lot of papers. Look at all these papers. Listen to all these papers. Got a lot to talk about today, so I appreciate you tuning in. So it should be a good one, and we got a good week of baseball coming up. But first, I wanted to talk about the week of baseball we just had, and my goodness, I'll just fly through it, Cliff Notes, as it should. And if you are a nerd in high school, you don't know what Cliff Notes and Spark Notes are. If you weren't a nerd, you know what I'm talking about. Spark Notes, Cliff Notes will give you the main stuff, and you don't have to worry about the details. So Monday started with the Yu Chang throw, gave the White Sox the win on Monday. Tuesday comes back, Giolito Bieber goes the complete game. No runs, gets the no decision. I'll get to that later. Giolito was lights out as well. He went 7 innings, 8 Ks in that. And then Wednesday, of course, you had Rodon throw that no-no. Plesac gets bounced in the first. I'll touch on that. Thursday, another good pitching matchup. Savali was getting it done. Six hits, gave up a run, struck out a couple. His location was on. His stuff wasn't the best. I don't think his stuff was moving as much as he thought it would, but as far as spotting was concerned, he painted every single corner he wanted to. And then Lance Lynn, the fastball factory. What can you say? Nothing's under 92 miles an hour, and the Tribe just couldn't keep up on Thursday. Friday, he gets slaughtered. Not even worth watching. Gave up 10 runs to the Reds. And then on Saturday, game 2 against the Reds. That was a crazy game. I was there, by the way. That was a fun game to be at. Tristan McKenzie lights out. Even gets his first hit. That was awesome to see. But then in the 7th it starts, you had the stolen base call. Was he out? Was he safe? It was clearly safe or out. Whatever it was. I just remember there being a call. Whatever. And then you had, of course, Naylor's error at first base when of course it was going to go to him a third time, right, in the 10th inning. First out, goes right to Naylor. Second hitter, ground out right to Naylor at first. Third hitter, ground out right to Naylor at first again, but it goes through his legs. The Bill Buckner treatment, of course. Why not? And then, I guess I'll just get into this real quick. The runner at second base on extra innings is the dumbest thing ever, and I will hold on to that until I die or until they get rid of it. Either one, whichever comes first. I hope they get rid of it before I die, because I plan on being here a while, and I don't want that rule to be in place for another 10 games, let alone 30 years. The runner at second is stupid, and I even said it when the Indians got the guy on second to start the 10th inning. He didn't earn it. He didn't deserve it. It was a good pitching duel on Saturday there between McKenzie and Wade Miley. Which, by the way, Wade Miley gave up his first runs of the year against the Indians on Saturday. How weird is that? Because the Indians normally don't score against anybody. But on Saturday, good matchup, McKenzie, Miley. Why put a guy on second base? We want to leave? It's a great game. The Reds just tied it in the bottom of the 9th to force extras on a 2-strike, 2-out count. And you're going to put a guy on second just for the hell of it? I'm not going to go on about this because it's been a rule now for over a year, which we all thought it was just for the pandemic shortened season to get games over with. So, you didn't go through your whole bullpen and whatnot. But this year, you got a full 162. You started on time. You started on April 1st. Why are we putting guys on second? It doesn't make sense to me. It's stupid. You want to get the game. Nobody tunes in for 9 innings and then says, you know what, this game's taking too damn long. I'm out of here. 10th inning? No, not exciting to me. I'm gone. They want to they want to shorten the pace of play, right? They want to get it quicker, make it move faster. The 10th inning is not where you're losing fans. You're not losing any fans. You're just not getting them to tune in the first place. You have to figure out how to get people to tune in the first place, and then they're not going to click off when it goes to extra innings. It's the stupidest rule. It's the dumbest rule. You didn't earn it. You didn't earn the guy on second base. Second base is a hard base to get to. That's why it's so hard to score, because it's so hard to even get to second, especially for the Indians this year. And you're just going to give a guy second base for no reason other than we want this game to be over. Drives me insane. So that was Saturday, and then Sunday, Bieber just lights out again. 8 innings, 13 Ks. Unbelievable. So I guess I'll start there. If that wasn't starting enough, that was just kind of a recap of the crazy week of baseball that Cleveland had. And that doesn't even cover what went on around the rest of the bigs. That's just for Cleveland. So I guess I want to start with the pitching here. The pitching. Oh my goodness. Because you know what? We bitch and moan about the offense so much. I think some people, I kind of want to say me, not entirely. I'm aware of it, but I didn't understand it was this. If I told you the Indians scored more runs than their opponents, would you believe me? Absolutely not. Do not lie to yourself. Without looking at stats, without trying to recall games, you would be, you know what? Probably not. They've gotten their ass kicked a couple times. They gave up 8 runs the other night. They gave up a 10 spot to the Reds. You know, they've gotten their ass kicked a couple more times this season by large amounts. You would think, no way. They have. They've scored 5 more runs than the opponent. And you're like, okay, that's average. Not for this team. That is special. That's unbelievable. They've scored 57 runs in 15 games. That means they've only given up 52. Means they've given up only 52, which puts them at about 3 runs a game. A little more. It's 3.14. That's their ERA over 9. That is second in the AL. That's 7th in all the majors, okay? So it made me, I'm looking up all these numbers. I'm looking at the run differential. That's what started it all. And then I went on, one of those. I wasn't on YouTube, but it was a baseball reference binger. I just kept going and going and going and going and going. I fell down the hole there. Came back out with some great numbers, and then I asked myself, is this right now the best staff, top to bottom, starters, and then the relievers in the bullpen? Is this the best staff in baseball? And I don't know. The Mets are definitely up there, but they're at least the best staff in the American League. Okay, so I just said team ERA, second in the American League, 7th in the majors. They've given up the least amount of hits in the American League, second least amount of hits in all of baseball with 97 hits in 15 games. That's great. And then earned runs, they've only given up 46 of them. So they've given up 52 runs, but only 46 of them were earned, which that goes to show the defensive prowess this team shows right now, and I'll get to that a little later as well. But they've only given up 56 runs. That's earned runs. That's first in the AL, third in the bigs. You go to home runs allowed. They've given up 15 of those, so that's 1 a game. That's fourth. That's good for 4th in the AL, tied for 6th in the bigs. And then strikeouts, they've K'd 152. They're averaging 10 strikeouts a game over their staff. That's best for 4th in the American League, tied for 8th in the bigs. Is this the best staff in Major League Baseball? Is this the best staff in the American League? I think there's a real possibility that that's the case. You got Bieber, he's lights out. Strikes out 8 guys, 9 guys, 10 guys every time he takes the mound. Savali doesn't give up any runs. Tristan McKenzie has looked good. We might be looking at the best top to bottom staff in baseball, and that's not even including the bullpen. Karinchak, lights out. Class A, I know he gave the walk-off, or not the walk-off, but he gave up the game-tying run on Saturday in the 9th. He's been lights out regardless. Oliver Perez has looked good. Brian Shaw has looked good. Yes, my man, Brian Shaw. Y'all spit on him, kicked him when he was down. My man, the guy that's thrown more innings out of the bullpen than any Indians player in the history of the world. I don't know if that's true, but over the course of the 5 years that he was he was really featured in that bullpen, it seemed true. I think that was 13-18 there. Yeah, that's when the Bauer trade went through and Shaw came with him from Colorado. He threw more innings than anybody in baseball over that span. And he was good 4 out of 5 times, which is what you're going to get out of a normal reliever. There are no Mariano Rivera's available or alive at this point, besides the one and only Mariano Rivera, who retired, 7 years ago at this point. So guys are going to screw up every now and then. Brian Shaw was lights out during the Indians' main run from 13-18, and he looks good again right now. And I think Class A Karinchak, that 1-2 punch there at the end of the bullpen, you're on in the 8th, 9th innings. If you're a batter, you're like, oh my God. Oh, geez. All right. I don't got to face Class A in the 8th. All right. In the 9th, I get Karinchak. He throws 100 too. So you got Class A throwing 102 cutters. You're throwing a ball 102 miles an hour, and it's cutting. It's moving away from the batter or moving towards him in on his hands, and you don't want that either because you're going to get a jam job, and you're either going to break your hand, you're going to break the bat, or you're just going to pop it up. That's a hell of a 1-2 punch the Indians got at the end of the at the bullpen. I'm not saying it's better, but it's more lethal, in my opinion, than the Cody Allen, Andrew Miller setup they had in 16. And Andrew Miller, 2016 Andrew Miller, that slider is the best pitch I've ever seen in my entire life. But I think this is more lethal than those two combined. Now, they got it done, and that's where we got to see, because they're both very young. This is Class A's first full year with the Indians. It might be his first full year in the bigs. I don't know what he did with Texas before the Kluber trade. And then Karinchak, yeah, we saw him a little bit last year, and I think he creeped in a little bit in 19, but this is going to be his first full 162 in a big league uniform as well. So we got to see if they can keep it going and stay consistent throughout the year, and of course stay healthy, because they both throw 100, and we know how that goes. We saw that with what's his name, and Jordan Hicks in St. Louis. He throws 102, but he threw 102 about 8 times last year, and then he got Tommy John or got hurt, something. He didn't pitch the rest of the year. So if they can stay healthy and consistent, I will say that is a more lethal back end of the bullpen than the Indians have maybe ever seen. So top to bottom, is this pitching staff, Bieber, Savali, McKenzie. I know Plesac sucked against the White Sox last time. If he does it tonight on Tuesday, I'm recording this on Tuesday, April 20th. If he comes back out and shuts up the White Sox and throws out 6 innings of 2-run baseball, then I'll count him in. Right now, I would like to, but after his last outing, after I saw and he was shaking off Perez, and I never like pitchers shaking off the catchers because the catchers know best, I would like to throw him in there. And that's just one bad start. Savali, lights out. McKenzie, great start to the season for him. And then Bieber, he might be your Cy Young again. He might be the best pitcher in all of baseball besides Jacob deGrom, which is kind of the treatment Bieber's getting now because he gets no run support when he goes out there. So is this the best staff in baseball? It damn well might be. It damn well might be. And you know what's even better? And you know what's better? Because around the league right now, I in my opinion, either I'm just in this little bubble or I'm seeing, how it is in reality. I think baseball around the league right now, all 30 teams, is the most exciting it's ever been. Or at least exciting it's ever been since the summer of 98. Players are having fun. Players are bat flipping. Players are tagging up or scoring from second on a grounder to short. Acuna did that for the Braves last week. Tatis in some spring training games. I know he's been out, and I know he came back for the last half of that Dodgers series, but he was tagging up on balls from second base that barely left the infield. I mean, baseball is exciting. Pitchers are getting excited. Trevor Bauer against the Padres the other night on what was that, Sunday? He's screaming when he was getting off the mound. Swagger oozing out of every player in big league ball. And it's the same thing for the pitchers for the Cleveland Indians. Karinchak oozes it. He oozes the confidence. Oozes it. He struck out, I forget what game it was. It was against the White Sox, or no, it was against either Kansas City or Detroit 2 weeks ago. Struck out the dude, struck out the side after getting into some trouble. And, he let it go. He let it go. He screamed towards his dugout. He crunched his arms together. He let it go, and he let it go loudly. It was awesome to see. I love the emotion. Get pumped. Get excited. Striking someone out isn't easy. It's hard. The only thing harder is hitting the ball. Let me see the emotion. Let me see the excitement. Let me see that you care. Let me see that you love it. I think the Indians' bullpen and rotation does. Now, Bieber, he's calm. He'll let you know. He gets excited a little bit. He's got that flow going in the back. He didn't have that in single A in Lake County, but he does now. So he's got a little swagger. He's got a little flow going. And then Tristan McKenzie, he's swaggy, whether he's swinging the bat or throwing the rock. He's doing the K-strut for pitching ninja off the mound. I love it. Plesac will let you know how it feels. Logan Allen will too. I love the emotion. I love the swagger. I love it. I love be loud. Be loud. That's just one half of the Indians team. So baseball's exciting for all 30 teams, kind of. Because the Indians hitters, I don't see any emotion. I don't see any swagger out of the Indians lineup there. But I guess there's nothing to be swaggy about right now for the Indians lineup, right? They're last in the American League in batting average at 209. 13th in the American League in on-base percentage at 286. So out of every 10 plate appearances, they make it to first base less than 3 times. Where's the swagger? Where's the emotion? I know Lindor's gone. I get it. It's over with. That happened 3 months ago. Move on. I gotta see some flair. Saw it Cesar Hernandez last year. I don't see shit from him this year. I don't see a damn thing out of Cesar Hernandez this year. I'm not gonna go on another thing about Cesar because he was the main culprit of my bitching last week. But he's hitting a $161. $161 out of Cesar. Don't see much swagger coming out of him. Don't see a little bit out of Berto Perez, but that's more on the defensive end because he's a god behind the plate. Nothing gets past him, and nobody runs on him either. So he's great. Don't see anything out of Franmil right now. Yeah, sure, he's gone yard twice, and he's cooled off a lot since last week. Said he had stupid numbers. Well, stupid expectations came with those because now he's back to normal. He's got an 802 OPS. Last week, it was 11-11. Dropped over 200 points just in the last week because he can't hit the ball. Where's the swagger? Where's the emotion? Starts with Josie. Starts with Jose Ramirez. It does. It does. Starts with Jose Ramirez. Look, I love Jose. I think he's the best player on the team hitting-wise, and it's not close. I think he's one of the best players in baseball. I think he's the premier third baseman in baseball. It's him, Rendon, and Arenado, and everybody else. It's those three for me, right at the top of the league there. But he's gotten off with a slow start. He's gotten off to a slow start here. He's hitting .232. He's got a .302 on base percentage, not good. OPS is .766, below average. Below average. He's got 4 dingers, 8 RBI. When you got 4 dingers and 8 RBI, you got to think probably 6 of those 8 RBI came off of home runs, which means he's not getting hits at any other point. I mean, last week he went like 0 for the century against the White Sox. He hit 154 through the last 7 games. 207 on base percentage. Barely getting on base 2 out of 10 times. Barely. And you're Jose Ramirez. You're not Cesar Hernandez. You're not Andres Jimenez. You're Jose Ramirez. People affiliate you with a goat emoji. People affiliate you with 3 top 5 finishes in the MVP voting in the last 4 years. People affiliate you being one of the best players in baseball, and last week you hit a $150. And your OPS was .592. You went 4 for 26. You only walked twice, so it's not like you're not even hitting the ball. You're not getting on base, period. And you struck out 5 times. You struck out more times than you got hit. Look, I'm not trying to hate. I love Jose Ramirez. He's my favorite player on the Indians, and he has been for a little bit now. But this year might not be one of his perennial MVP candidate type years. And I think I know why, and it sucks, and it burns, and it hurts, because there is no one else in the damn lineup. And it's not an excuse. He shouldn't be hitting 232. He should be hitting 260, 270, 280. 260 on a bad year. For me, for Jose. For me, a bad year in Jose is 260. It's not 232. That is a horrendous year for a guy that can hit like we know he can. But because there's no Lindor in front of him, there's no one to protect him. Right? I'm scared. I was thinking about this the other day. I'm scared we might see more of the early 2019 season Jose Ramirez than we did 2020 Jose Ramirez, who came in second for MVP voting and easily could have won it outright above Jose Abreu. I think the votes were pretty much split there. He definitely could have won the MVP last year, no question. Nobody would have batted an eye. But I think this year we might see more 2019 Jose than we do 2020 Jose. And it sucks, but when you got no one protecting you in the lineup, they can throw you all the junk in the world. And you can either swing at some junk or you can watch it go by and walk, but they're not going to let you burn them. They're just not. They're not going to give you a fastball right down the middle. They're not going to hang a slider to you, Jose. They're not going to hang a changeup. They're not going to put a curveball that breaks right into the middle of the plate. They're not throwing you fastballs belt high. It's not going to happen this year. Because you're going to take your chance with Franmil Reyes. I think that's how it's going to go. Or you're going to take your chance with Eddie Rosario. You're more worried about Jose Ramirez than anyone else in the lineup. When you had Frankie Lindor, you said, okay, well, if I pitch to Francisco Lindor, he's going to burn me. So if I pitch around him, I'm going to have to pitch to somebody, and that somebody was always Jose Ramirez right behind him. But now there is no Lindor. So what are you going to do? But I'm looking at more 2019 than 2020 for me, for Jose. And it sucks because I still think he's going to hit 30 bombs, but that average might be around 250, 260. I don't think he's going to hit 280, 290. I don't know if the RBI are going to be up there towards 100 because, honestly, no one's getting in base in front of him. So even if he gets a single, it's just a single because no one else is getting a hit around him. I'm not trying to hate. I still think, like I said, I still think he's going to hit 30 bombs, but I don't think he's going to finish top 5 in MVP voting again. It sucks. It's a realization I think we all got to come to this year. And it's not even his fault. I mean, it is a little bit, but not really. There's just no one in the lineup to protect him. It happens to the best of hitters. It happens to the best of them. If there's no one behind a hitter to protect him, that pitcher is going to throw their best junk at that guy because they don't want you to burn him. Makes sense to me. He's not Barry Bonds, but Barry Bonds used to get walked with the bases loaded because one run's better than 4. It's not going to happen. What sucks the most out of all of this is he's still one of the only guys producing on the team, and he's hitting 232, Jose. He's tied in RBI on the team with 8 with Roberto Perez. He also has 8. Jose and Roberto, the same RBI total on April 20th. That's weird. Luplo is the league leader. That'd be incredible. The team leader in RBI with 10. Jordan Luplo is your team leader in RBI at 10, and that makes me ask you, do you just play him every day and shut the hell up about the lefty-righty conversation? Do you? Because I do. I think I do. He has an OPS of 1058. Now, it's crazy how much it falls. It's like 1,200 against righties, and then it's like 700 against lefties. He's 3 for 6 on the year against righties, 4 for 22 against lefties. I thought this guy was supposed to be able to hit lefties. He's hitting righties pretty damn well right now. He wasn't supposed to be able to hit them. He's 3 for 6 against them, and he's got an OPS of 1,200. He's got 2 dingers and 6 at-bats against righties. He's got 2 dingers in 22 at-bats against lefties. So if you believe in him so much to play him against lefties and he's hitting 422, what the hell's the matter with you? You're not going to play him when he's hitting 3 for 6 against righties? Just play him all the time. Put him in right field, and there's your right field problem. And then you don't have to run Franmil Reyes out there, besides the NL games, because you want to get him at bats. And you don't have to run out Josh Naylor in right field either. And then Josh Naylor can stop trying to learn like 4 different positions and just focus on one. And I say that's first base. I do. Oh, by the way, Ben Gamel's gone. Freaking told you. I told you that guy would be gone from the team. I said at the end of the month, they cut him like halfway through the month. Well, he's at their alternate site. He's not cut yet because they don't like cutting people. I think they feel bad about it. I don't know. Like Jake Bauers, I didn't understand why he didn't get cut. I guess they just felt bad for the guy. I don't understand it. So Ben Gamels isn't DFA'd yet. He's just in the alternate site, but he'll be gone eventually. I mean, he'll never see the major leagues ever again, at least in a Cleveland uniform. So I put Luplow in right, and then just put Naylor at first and Franmil at the DH spot. And I know Naylor had that error on Saturday against the Reds. I know. I get it. He brought his glove up too quick. He got excited. If he can just focus at playing first base, well, maybe he'll get better at it. And then he can become a viable first baseman because his OPS is on base plus slugging, the number that indicates if you're a good power hitter or not, or if you're a valuable player. I guess slugging percentage is going to give you the true if you're a power hitter or not, but OPS is on base plus slugging, so it's your power numbers plus just how well you get on base, period. He's going to have a higher OPS than Jake Bauers. He's going to have a higher OPS than Yu Chang. And those are the 2 guys that have been playing first base for you so far. So just plug Josh Naylor there, live with a couple errors, and, let him try to hit this year. Franmil at the DH, don't do anything else with him, just designated hitter, done with it. And then your outfield looks like Rosario in left, Eddie, Rosario in center, Ahmad, and then Luplow in right. And you don't have to mess around with anybody else, or anything else. And then, I guess you can try some stuff if Jimenez needs a day off and you need to run Rosario out at shortstop, or somebody needs a day off in the outfield and you throw somebody else out there, like Naylor and Wright and Chang can take first that day. But stop messing around. Just make Luplow the everyday guy. I don't need to see Yu Chang anymore. I definitely don't need to say Jake Bauers anymore. Don't need to see it. I'm done. I think we all saw enough. I think we've seen enough. You haven't played the best teams and they still can't hit. Played Kansas City, pitching subpar. Detroit, pitching very subpar. The White Sox, pitching is good sometimes. It's not good the other times. And Cincinnati, well, they're hot as hell. And I don't think we got a true read of this pitching staff so far. But if we did get a true read, you couldn't hit them either. So you faced one good rotation you couldn't hit, and you faced a bunch of bad rotations, and you still couldn't hit. So just stop doing it with Chang. Stop doing it with Jake Bauers. Stop messing around. Put Luplow in right. Both the Rosarios out there. DH Franmil. And you're good to go. Naylor at first. I like it. Now you're saying, okay, well, Ahmad Rosario, not a normal center fielder. And look, I didn't put the team together. If I put the team together, I would have went and got a center fielder. But I didn't put the team together. So this is what we got to talk about. I'm putting Rosario in center field. Naylor at first. Luplow in right. Luplow belongs in right. He's a right fielder. Naylor, he's going to learn first. Rosario, he's learning center. And Jimenez, yes, he's a shortstop, but he's a young shortstop, and he's going to have some problems sometimes, like he did on Thursday a couple times. And so I say that to say this. It's going to be sloppy at times this year, and I think we're just going to have to deal with it. On Thursday, that ball drops right in the outfield. It was between Jimenez, Rosario, and Gamel, which how long ago that was, because Gamel is no longer on the Cleveland Indians. But and if you remember, do you remember that when that ball dropped? I swear, I heard someone yell, "I got it." I swear I heard someone yell, "I got it," and then no one got it. Was it a fan? Was it a White Sox player? Because I don't think it was Jimenez, Rosario, or Gamel, or someone would have caught the ball. And now it was Jimenez's ball. He should have been going back shortstop. That's his ball. Left fielder and center fielder, they had to come way in to grab that. Jimenez could have went out and grab it. So there's an error on him. And then he had another error on Thursday where he just bobbled it, and it wasn't a good day for him. And it's going to happen. It's going to be sloppy at times this year. Again, Naylor on Saturday. You saw it happen. He brings his glove up too fast. Veteran, a pro first baseman, doesn't let that play happen. They did happen. And they're going to have to live with it, and it's going to suck because the Indians really don't have the offensive firepower to make up for errors, which is normally what happens when you have guys that can't play the field too well. That means their bat is too good to not have in the lineup, and that's not true for anybody on the Indians right now. But it's still going to happen because, well, nobody on the Indians can hit, so might as well throw out the guys that don't hit the worst. I guess that's how I gotta put that. But hey, the Indians, they're still in first or second place. They're still in second place in the American League. I'm looking at in the AL Central. I'm looking at Baseball Reference right now. The Indians are one game behind the Kansas City Royals for first place in the Central. Right now, Baseball Reference is going to blow everyone's damn mind because they're saying the most likely playoff scenarios are for the Indians to win the Central. They're saying the Indians are going to win the American League Central. Right now, they are projecting a total of 87 and 74. That is a game better than the White Sox. That is 3 better than Minnesota. And that is a full 10 games better than Kansas City. That's what Baseball Reference is projecting right now. And to me, that has all to do with pitching. So I'm not going to be totally down. I know it seemed like a down, but I like Luplow. Jose's got to get it together, and I love the swagger, so I'm not a total downer today. I'm not a total downer, but you know what? I got to call it as it is, and their bats haven't done better than the one that's been sitting in my garage for the last 10 years. Neither of them have hit any balls lately. Hitting's not a word. I got to say one fake word an episode to keep it light and exciting around here, right? They haven't hitting an adverb, right? Adverb. Oh, well. I'm not hooked on phonics. That was a long time ago. So it's going to be sloppy. Coming up, all right, because we're nearing the end here. We got a couple minutes coming up, and I appreciate you sticking with me so far. They got 2 against the White Sox start tonight on Tuesday. We got a rematch of last Wednesday, Rodon versus Plesac. Of course, Rodon threw the no-no last time. I was looking it up. In my head, Rodon got blown up every time he faced the Indians, so I looked it up today. I could not have been more wrong. In his career, the Indians have had a .214 batting average against him, which is very good. Last year in 2 games against Cleveland, not so good. The Indians went 6 for 17 against him. Rodon gave up 6 runs and 3 doubles, and he faced 20 batters. So he walked 3 and faced 17 that actually ended at bats. So we'll see what we get out of Rodon coming forward. I'm not fully sold on him, but, I was sold on him early in his career. I did think he was going to be a special talent, kind of like I feel about Matt Boyd. And Matt Boyd's proven me right so far. Week 1, told you Matt Boyd at Detroit. Don't be surprised if he comes out throwing gas and lighting everybody up this year, even though last year he was god-awful and terrible. This year he has a sub-2 ERA, Matt Boyd, in 4 starts. So Carlos Rodon, he could have the same resurgence as Matt Boyd, and that's bad news for the Indians because it's the same damn division. All right, so we'll see what Rodon we get going forward, and that will start tonight, a 2-game set against the White Sox. Plesac goes for the Indians tonight on Tuesday. Last time out, total opposite of Rodon. He went 0.2 innings. Yeah, he went 2/3 of an inning. He gave up 7 hits. They scored 6 times in the first inning. He didn't strike out anybody. That can't happen again for 3 years for Zach Plesac. I want to put you not with Bieber, but right underneath Bieber, and I want to put you with Savali, and I want to put you with where Carrasco was last year because I thought you were just as good as Carlos Carrasco last year. You can't let it happen again. He cannot have that happen again. He has to pick up his teammates, especially pick up the bullpen. He's got to give a solid outing tonight against the White Sox. He cannot go less than 6 innings. This bullpen has thrown 19 to 20 innings in the last 5 games. That's 6 days. That's a lot of innings for a bullpen. Bieber's tried to helped him out on Sunday, went 8 innings. Bullpen only had to come in for 1 inning in relief, but the rest of the week, Logan Allen didn't get far in the game. Plesac gets pulled in the first. I think Logan Allen was gone in the third. Savali went 6 innings, so there's still 3 innings you got to mop up there. And you had some extra inning work in Cincinnati for the bullpen too. So got to give the bullpen a little rest today. I want out of Plesac. I need him to go 6-7 innings. restore my faith, because right now I'm not fully off, right? I'm not even halfway off. I'm still on the Plesac train because he's been my boy since I saw him 2 years ago. But 7 hits, 6 runs, you're going against the same offense. No better way to prove that you belong than to go against that same offense that kicked your ass last week and shut them down this week. I want to see it. I need to see it. I know Plesac has that fire, and I think he gets it done tonight. All right, and then they got 4 against the Yankees coming up. Yankees, worst team in baseball or in the American League right now. Makes me excited, makes me happy to see. The Yankees are the worst, and they're the worst, factually. So in my feelings, they're the worst. And then factually, their 5-10 record makes them worse than the Detroit Tigers. You can't be worse than the Detroit Tigers when you're the New York Yankees. Blow it up. Get rid of everybody. I love to see it. So you got 4 against the Yankees. They're struggling. You're going to get everything they got. Well, half of it right now because they're playing like a Little League baseball team too. That might be an ugly series or a fun series, depending on who wins and how they play against each other. So you got 2 against the White Sox, 4 against the Yankees. 6 big games. 6 big games, because you can't lose to the Yankees right now. I mean, you're gonna lose 1, maybe 2, but you can't lose 3, and you for sure can't get swept. You got to take care of the Yankees, but before that, you got to take care of the White Sox. 2-game set. I would love to see a sweep. I would love to see it. Plesac, Savali, take care of it. You're 2 and 3 in the rotation. Take care of those guys. You don't got to see Giolito. You don't got to worry about that. He dominated you last time. You got to show up as the Cleveland Indians offense. After having a day off on Monday, you got to show up, play your ass off for 2 days against Chicago, show them who still runs the AL Central, and go on your way to the Yankees and try to kick their ass too. So that's what I got here. That's what I got today. Episode 4. We're wrapped. Appreciate it. I think the Indians do win tonight, but of course it's going to be low scoring because they don't score more than 3 runs a game. But I do think Plesac bounces back. I really, really do. And then, of course, Bieber, he's going to go up against that Yankees lineup this weekend. So that's going to be fun to watch. What should that be? So he pitched on Sunday, so that should be on Friday. Right? Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. They might jump it. Might be Friday, Saturday, depending on when Garrett Cole pitches for the Yankees. Because you're definitely going to want to match those 2 up, because that's the only good thing that the Yankees have going right now. But you can say the same about Bieber and the Indians. So good 6 games coming up against the Sox and Yankees. Hope they take care of business. I think they do against the White Sox, at least tonight on Tuesday, because Plesac's going to bounce back. And then who the hell knows? Hopefully Jose can get it together and we can just write this off as an April slump. Because if Jose hits 230 the rest of the year, well, we're not going to have much fun things to talk about here. So I appreciate you listening. Subscribe, like, review, whatever the hell you got to do on the excuse me. See, I get into the 37th minute and all of a sudden my throat starts to go here. So I'll get out of here. I'll let you be. I'll let you go on your merry way. I'll be back next Tuesday. As always, Apple, Google, Spotify, SoundCloud, YouTube. You can find it wherever you find podcasts. So yeah, make sure, review. I would appreciate it. If you could retweet, share it, whatever, on the socials, I would appreciate that too. My Twitter, @Zach_Harley. See, Z-A-C-H, space here, H-A-R-L-E-Y for the people watching through video. And then on YouTube, no, I don't know why I said YouTube. On Instagram, it's Zach Harley, all one word. So you can follow me there. And I just launched a new Instagram page at ghostrunner_media. So you can give that a follow. You'll get up to date on all the podcast stuff going on as well. So until next time, I'm Zach Harley. Be a good person. Be a great person. Do something nice for someone. I'll see you next week. Go try it.